What is going on, everybody? So we've got this X3 2013 BMW X3 in the shop. We're about to do a cabin air filter on this. If you guys haven't seen the shorts on this X3, definitely go check them out, the YouTube shorts. We basically did a full paint correction on this whole entire vehicle, and then we ceramic coated it. So that is why it's super glossy, super shiny. It's just looking great. Check out this engine right here. This thing is looking good. We also did a shorts on the wheels as well, so definitely go watch those. Game changer right there. Engine's looking good. But yeah. So right now we're gonna do this cabin air filter, and I'm gonna show you guys how this works. So if you have a BMW X3, this is the age of 2013, probably all the way to 2020, I would assume, and definitely a little bit older than 13. Watch this video all the way to the end, you'll know exactly what to do. So a lot of cars have a cabin that has a filter in it, and basically this is like the filter that you would have in your home. So obviously every once in a while you have to change your home filter, especially if you have allergies, pets, a lot of dust, kids, people with a ton of hair, and so you just gotta change these things to make sure you're good, that the air you're breathing is good. So anyway, with these BMWs, crazy enough, it has 4 filters that you need to replace. Don't just replace the one that is kind of 2, and I'll show you that in a minute. But don't just replace the one that's kind of 2 and never replace the other ones, because they kind of link together. And if you don't know where the last 2 are, you're kind of screwed, because you'll still be breathing in their same old air, the dust, whatever is getting into the vents of your car. So you have 4 filters that you would need. So I went and picked these up from AutoZone. This is the first one right here, and I'll kind of show you guys. So obviously you'll need your filters. Just off the bat, I just want to let you guys know, BMW is crazy with having 4 filters, but this cost me around $40, I want to say. I think this big one was like 20 something, and this little one was like 19 something, that was like 20 something as well. So I want to say around $45 just to replace your cabin air filter. So anyway, so this is the big one. This is the first one, and it's one, as you can see. It's kind of joined together by this little, I want to say thread, but it's kind of joined together. So it's 2 of them basically into one, and then you have these little ones, and these are separate. If I can do this one hand, that would be awesome. All right, so here are the other ones. As you can see, now these are separate. So these are separate right here. So in total, you have 4 filters. All right. So the bigger ones, they go into the engine bay. I don't know if you guys seen my last video, I think, on a filter. I believe it was the 300, the Chrysler 300. We fit the filters in right here. This is exactly where it goes. It doesn't look like it because of this, when you spray the windshield with the fluid. It doesn't look like it right now, but we're gonna remove this and take all that off and put the bigger ones in here. Now the little ones are more tricky because you would never know where they go, because it doesn't look like they would fit in here. But like on most cars, the other ones are up under here, and this is exactly where they go. So we're gonna just take this stuff out of here for now, and I'm gonna show you guys more in depth of this one first, and then we'll do the bigger ones. Okay, so now that I got my light on, you can see it's pretty clean in here. But, so this is where the other ones go. Let me try to, I gotta kind of lean up, I guess, a little bit. So, with other cars, there's a big plastic piece just like this that goes kind of across the whole thing. And you can tell right off the bat, it looks like that would be the door to the cabin air filter. Well, this one is a little bit different. You have this one over here that's connected to, I don't know what that is, but something with obviously the engine and the whole control system. But then you have this one. And like I showed you before, we have those little itty bitty filters. This is exactly where those go. So you have this one plastic covering that's containing them. Just pull this tab down. That pops off real easy. Now you really can't see them or anything, but that is the cover right there that is holding you back from replacing your filter. So as you can see, there's two tabs. And I'm trying to get you guys as close as possible without getting in the way, but there's one right here and there's one on the other side. You basically have to pull these tabs. And I don't know if I can do this one hand, so I'm gonna sit you guys down and you guys will hopefully be able to see me do this. So I got two fingers. Well, I'm gonna just use my thumbs real quick. And you just press on those tabs and pull them down. Right there, hopefully you guys can see that white piece or backing to it. You can see it's super, super dirty. This is actually a good view. So I'm gonna leave you guys right there. So you can see it. So you can see you cannot fit your finger in here because there's things that are blocking you. What you need now is a flathead or a small flathead, obviously, that you can put your hand in this small glove box, but a hook tool or something that can grab this filter. So right here I have this filter. It has a handle on it, and then at this end it has a hook. So hopefully you guys can see that hook. So what I'll do here is, see if you guys can see, I'm gonna put my tool right there. I'm gonna pull it down, and don't worry about not being gentle. Just pull it down because it's old. And you can see, let me pull you guys back out, how dirty and gunky this stuff is. Check that out, guys. And now, when it's in there, obviously, you want to pay attention to the arrows when you replace it with the new one. But look at this. Check this out. This is what you're breathing in. This is what you're breathing in. Dust, gunk, grime, pet hair, everything. Now this filter does have a bend to it because that's how the compartment is inside of there. So you have to bend it in there. It's weird, I know. Don't ask me these questions in a comment, please. I'm not a BMW person, but they bend it in there. I don't know why, but that's how it does. So as you can see, side by side comparison, the old and the new. This is what you're breathing in. And you're coughing, you're sneezing, you're wondering why. You got allergies, you're always getting sick. This is why. You need to replace these 6 months to once a year. So now we're gonna, I almost forgot. So now we gotta get the second one up there. So the second one, guys, if you can see it, we literally just pulled, let me grab my tool again. We literally just pulled the one from right here that goes in the back. You see the other one is directly right here. It's literally to the side of that one. It's weird, I know, guys. Again, don't question me. So I'm gonna try to grab this, and you can see I'm pulling it, how dirty it is. So I'm gonna pull this out, and make sure you guys pay attention to the way you're pulling it out, so you can have that positive, good airflow. I'm gonna set the phone down and try to work this with 2 hands. Hopefully you guys can still see. Now this one's the more challenging one to pull down, obviously because it's sitting to the side. Get my hook in here. Bam. Now I'm pulling this one out. Pay attention to how that one was in there. And it's basically sitting the same way as the first one was. So they're basically side by side. But check that out, man. Check that out. Dunzo. Dunzo. Check that out. That might be a thumbnail. Might be a thumbnail, guys. But anyway, so we're gonna grab our two new ones. See that? Airflow. So they're basically gonna go in, both of them like this. Obviously, they're gonna bend and have that curve to it, just how these did. And we just gotta make sure we're facing the direction of airflow. So the airflow is gonna come through the back right here. It's gonna come from the engine, past all of these. Then it's gonna come through this one, filtering that good air to you to breathe in the car. So they're basically gonna go just like this, how they were inside, curved, but side by side. So here we go. I'm actually gonna put you guys on a tripod for that one. It's kind of self-explanatory now that I showed you guys how to take them out. Just make sure you put those in the right way. So just follow the arrows and you'll be good to go. I'm gonna set you guys right here and you guys can watch me slap these in real quick. And then it's the same process as you would putting on those plastic coverings. So we got our first one. We're gonna slide let's slide this in here. Now we're gonna kind of we're gonna grab it with our hook tool or our flathead, whatever you prefer. And what I'm gonna do now is put my finger in there and try to slide it over. So, to make sure that we got good coverage. All right, so I slid the first one over. Now we're gonna grab our second one. We're just gonna go straight up with it. So, all right, now both of them back in. Take our first cover, slide these into these grooves right here. Here are the tabs that I pulled to take it off. So you'll see those two grooves and they should just pop right back in. We'll take our other piece and then we'll slide those grooves back in. And then we are good. Okay, so for the bigger cabin air filters, what you want to have obviously is your gloves. You don't really need no tools for this. Maybe a popper set just to pop this clip out. So you can use a regular, oh, look at that, I missed that. Don't tell nobody. But if you have a panel popper set or something like that, you can just pop this little clip out. But first, We're gonna try to do without it, so we can try to leave it on. But anyway, this will be on the left side of the vehicle, same side of the glove compartment box. So the air flows in here, gets broken down by the smaller ones, and then boom, you have fresh air in your vehicle. So these clamps right here, just pull that. Just pull that little tab, and you can remove this out the way if you wanted to. Just throw that to the side. Sometimes there's one right here, you can pull that off if you want, but just pull this tab. This lifts up. There's 2 tabs in the back right here that you have to watch out for. But I don't think we're gonna be able to do this without popping this, so we're just gonna pop that up right quick. It's a little bit dirty. Let me grab a towel, clean that up. Ooh. So pop that off. There's tabs holding that, and then just set this off to the side. So I'm just gonna set that off to the side. So now we have this compartment right here. So hopefully you guys can see without this thing in the way. But you can see there's a tab right here. Just pop that little tab out. Hopefully you guys saw that, it was right there. I'll put it back in place for you guys to see. It's literally right here. So just pull it from the bottom, right up under the tab. See if I can zoom in for you guys. I'm not even pulling the tab itself. I'm pulling from the bottom because you see it's got to go around it. So you just pop that out. And this should slide all the way out. Unless there's something holding it back there. Let me take a look. Oh no, it's just caught on something. All right, so yeah, that should just pop out. So that's that piece. Pretty ironic and funny that you have to go through 2 pieces of panel to get to all 4. So anyway, dust your hands off if it's a clean car already. All right. So as you guys can see, you can already see the first filter. Boom. That's the first one right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull up, we're gonna release these clips right here, because these clips are what's holding the actual filter compartment down. And there's 4 of them, guys. So it's actually holding this filter compartment down. There is a kind of like a chamber that's holding both of them. So we're gonna pull this down, release one side. I don't know how I'm gonna do this without 4 hands. There we go. So kind of how I did it was I just pulled the tab and like kind of pulled up on the filter, and it kind of released this. As you can see now, that's separated from those tabs. So over here, I'm gonna just pull this tab to the side, release up, and do the same in the back. Like I said, there's 4 of them. So we're gonna take this out, and bam. As you can see, all the dirt, dust, debris that's floating up in your car, that's what you're getting. Pollen, just sitting in there, you're sneezing, whatever. Just pay attention to the arrows when you're pulling them out. Let's see what this one says. Okay, so you see those kind of flow into each other. So they flow into each other, and that's how you do it. This is the little piece that they're holding on to. How we put them in is like so. You see that the little tape or thread is holding those 2 together. We just gotta remember how we got this out. So I'm going to take this piece right here. I'm gonna get ready with my new one, and you can see how white it is compared to that. I'm gonna open this up. Maybe you want to dust off your hands a little bit more, but Open that up. Try not to be too crazy when you're taking this apart because they are attached, like I mentioned. And so now we got the new one. I'm gonna set that to the side. We're gonna find our arrows so you can see that they lay on top of each other. And this filter only has one, so obviously they're gonna come in and link in like this, as you can see. On this filter, it showed both of them, so you had the airflow that way and the airflow this way. So now you can see them. So now to take this off, as you can see, it's kind of hanging. This is kind of the back, if you will, because we're gonna put it back in the car like so. So just remember that this lip right here is not on this side. So you want to put that lip towards the back of the engine bay. And as you can see how it's hanging, so you must put it in top side down. So we're going to take this out. We're going to twist it like so, and then we're just going to drop that. So now we're going to get our new one, which I have here. And you can kind of clean that off if you want to. We've got our new one right here. Folds down just like so. And you can see, we're gonna go in sideways, come around the back, and then the first one is just gonna sit into this little holder of the chamber right here. So it's just sitting there hanging. Hopefully you guys can see that. And we're gonna put this bottom one right up under here, and that's how it goes. So now that we got that open, if you wanted to clean that out, you could inside this little area. It's not too bad, it's just a little dusty. But you can see, let me go ahead and bring you guys in for this view. You can see where those other ones are. What it has to go through to get to the other filters. Throw you guys back on the tripod. All right, now we're stable. So let's see. Got that one in. All right, all of them in. Cabin air filter is in. As you can see what it used to look like compared to what it looks like now. We'll grab that one piece that we had, secondary piece. There are little slots in the back, just to look out for those. And then this one goes onto that clamp right there, right by that little label or sticker or whatever it was. Now that's on there. Let me double check that. That didn't look like, it didn't seem like it was. All right, there we go. All right, so that's on there. And we got that top piece. Now remember, this one goes in kind of like so. You've got that wire, because it kind of goes into this little groove. And we keep that in place. Put these 3 tabs in their respected areas. Push that in. And then we'll grab this guy, and this clip should be good. And bam, we are good to go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you change the cabin air filter. All 4 of your cabin air filters on the BMW X3. And this is for 2013, probably a little bit, probably 2010, maybe all the way to 2020. Hopefully they don't make these anymore with 4, so you won't have to pay that extra price, but this is how you do it if you have one. So hopefully you guys like this video. Subscribe for more. We're gonna be dropping some more content. Send this to somebody who has an X3 or is thinking about getting an X3. This is a perfect size vehicle for like a family or so, or somebody just starting out. But yeah, just send them this video so they can know ahead of time and know in the future how to change their stuff, and you know, especially if they got allergies, pets, and stuff like that. So see you guys on the next one.